What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. I'm also a leader of the Renaissance crew. I don't know why I forgot to mention that, but there you go. This video is going to be interesting because you guys know I'm doing a cringe compilation. I'm doing cringes of everything. That's religious people, that is social justice warriors, that is people on the left and right. So feminists, Trump supporters, everybody can get it. And this video is Anti-Social Justice Warrior Cringe Compilation. It was uploaded by Obambay. So think of like Obama, except for at the end of the, instead of the A, just put Bay. There will be a link to their channel at the end of this video, where you can go and check out their other videos. Be sure to show them some love if you happen to enjoy this. And I will have a link for the original video in the description box down below in case you want to watch this without me pausing or possibly interrupting or anything like that. For those that think I talk too much, be sure to click on it and watch it without me talking over it, because I'm going to talk. Something that I want to go ahead and tackle ahead of time. Just know that whether you're conservative or you're liberal, just know the people in this video make up a minority of the group. That goes with both sides, whether it's liberal or conservative. The people you tend to find or tend to be the most vocal are always the minority. Not everybody's like that. You're not going to see me bragging about how many fucking women I got to get abortions or some shit, even though I've never done that. But if I did, you never see me bragging about it. You'll never see me bragging about conservative tears and, oh yes, I just love upsetting the other side so much. Like, I don't fucking care. I'm just a normal person. I got my own problems I gotta worry about. I got my own life I gotta worry about. I think that's how a majority of people are. So if you sit there and you think, oh, these people are trying to ruin my life and do this, that, and that, most people don't care. They're trying to live their own lives. That's it. So if you think that, oh, well, this is how everybody is, you're already wrong. Life isn't that simple. Stop trying to simplify everything and make it seem like, oh, well, everybody is in this group. Oh, well, you support universal health care. That means you must have voted for Hillary Clinton, and you're a fucking Democrat, and you fucking Nancy Pelosi, and the immigrants. And like, no, it's not that simple. Just because I go one way on a certain subject doesn't mean I go other ways on other ones. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Stop trying to make everything so black and white. But I just wanted to get that out the way before I jumped into this, because I know that a lot of people probably are going to get upset or triggered. So let's go ahead and check this out and make fun of the minority of the group. Let's go.
Fuck yourself, socialist pigs. Fuck you, socialist.
That started off strong.
Fuck you, socialist. Fuck you, socialist. Fuck you, socialist.
Oh God, the neck beard is real.
You socialist pigs who voted for Barack Obama. Fuck you, socialist
This seems
pigs
like
who voted for Bernie Sanders.
it seems like he's
Fuck
trolling.
you, socialist pigs who voted for Hillary Rodham Killington. Fuck you, socialist pigs. You're all socialist pigs.
Why is it like he's reading from a script, but he still has no goddamn like charisma or anything? He's
Adolf Hitler.
How the fuck you have awkward pauses when you're just talking off the top of your head?
You might be wondering, I thought Adolf Hitler was right-wing. I thought he was Republican. Well, actually, he was mighty liberal. If you look at history, Adolf Hitler was very liberal. But he was conservative in some respects, but he was mostly liberal. And he was socialist. That's why the Nazi Party is called the National Socialist Party. Hitler was a liberal socialist.
I have to stop this. I know, I'm not triggered or anything. I just have to do a quick correction. Political parties all the time will name themselves after one thing, but not necessarily, follow that. I mean, that's the reason why the party that runs North Korea, I got to look at it again because I don't want to be wrong on this, but I believe they have the term Democratic in their name, or they have it's either like Democratic or Republic, despite the fact that it's not a democratic democracy or a republic at all. But Yeah, a lot of times political parties will do stuff like that. So don't get confused when you hear stuff like that, whether it's from conservatives or liberals. Make sure you have your facts right. Well, I guess technically it is a fact that it does have socialists in the name, so whatever.
Get that through your head.
I guess look at context, maybe. I don't know.
I will call Obama fans from now on Obambinations because they voted for Obama.
Obambinations is actually a clever name, I guess. It's better than libtard.
Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
You know what's funny? This is how comedians said black people will act when Obama got in office. Like, when Obama get in office, I'm gonna just go to the damn job, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, why you late?" I'm gonna be like, "Obama, motherfucker, that's why I'm late." That's exactly how they said they would act. Oh, that's funny. Suck my dick. Donald Trump.
Why, you doing that in front of our woman, man? Fuck you then. Fuck shit. My fucking country is the greatest country in the world. My country is the greatest country in the world.
With 300,000.
I don't get what his point was.
Fuck you. Fuck you,
Oh, man.
Bernie. Fuck off. Trump did not try to divide you by race, religion, and gender and nationality. You are the cunts dividing people by race and gender. It's a fucking women's march, Bernie. Fuck. God, this is I'm totally triggered by this, I swear, right?
I think
Holy fucking
just
shit.
because
this
it's
is
a march
abject
by women doesn't necessarily mean that you're pushing that agenda. It's like saying the civil rights.
And this
I'm gonna pause
is
real
what
quick.
will go
I'm
down.
gonna go back to because I'm let them talk. But it's kind of like looking at the civil rights movement, going, "Oh, it's black people marching. That's racist." Like, not necessarily. It's drawing awareness. That's how all marches are. Conservatives have marches. It doesn't necessarily mean that. What? Politicalist? It's not exactly the best example because conservatives aren't just exclusively white. So, but you know what I mean. A march is to draw awareness to something. Now, if you wanna make an argument for how Bernie Sanders treats other races and this, that, and the other, I mean, you can do it, I guess, but not necessarily by pointing out a woman's march because he doesn't necessarily. I don't think he instructed that in any way, did he?
Abject rewriting of history. Just complete rewriting of the entire narrative. And this is what will go down in history. This is what people will remember. Bernie Sanders suggested that Donald Trump was trying to divide everyone, but it didn't work. This will be the thing that gets into the fucking history books. 300,000 retweets. Fuck you. Just fuck off. The left does nothing but identity politics. I mean, do you not even remember when you came out in opposition to identity politics? That is the process
Both
of
sides
dividing
do identity
people up by
politics
race,
very
religion,
badly.
gender, and nationality. Fuck you,
And
Bernie.
I'm not gonna lie,
Fucking
people
hell.
on the left have pissed me
What's
off the
this,
most
Bernie?
with it recently.
Sanders slams identity politics as Democrats figure out their future. What does that mean, Bernie?
Bernie Sanders himself is being a victim of identity politics right now. There's a lot of liberals that are saying they won't vote for Bernie because he's a white male. It's weird.
Come fuck with Donald Trump. That's my motherfucking nigga. That's my motherfucking president. Fuck my fucking president right there.
This dude has a Napoleon complex, and badly. You can tell. You can tell. He has that. He has that like Joe Pesci. Back when like the characters Joe Pesci played.
You have to accomplish
when he was doing the
something in a
gangster
video game. You have to keep
roles.
trying to succeed. Yes, can you go to Game Facts or can you get the cheat
Game
code and
Facts.
all that stuff? You do, but
Old school Game
it
Facts.
really is about
right here.
you figuring out how to do all this stuff. And that, to me, sort of shows why the media, and especially the leftist media, hates games now, or hates gamers. They don't like people who solve problems. Is this a bridge too far, or am I onto something?
I don't know. I haven't really thought. I have to think about it. I haven't really thought about it.
I think there's something there. Gamers want to get shit done, whatever world you're in.
I think that's more to do with
a sports game or an adventure game or an RPG
religion.
or whatever. You're building something. You're accomplishing something. You may have to have teammates and all do it.
Whether it's the left or the right, they're trying to cater towards like evangelicals and things like that. That's why they go after video games.
So they have to not like games. I think there's something really there.
I am sick and tired of allowing black people to get away with calling themselves Christians, and they're just black.
God damn. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta take a break for this. Hold up. 1 second. He kind of came at me for a minute. you gotta wind me up to this. You don't just throw it on me. But wow.
Tired of it.
Excellent.
Amen. I'm tired of it. When I go to the abortion clinic, I go to the abortion clinic where they are slaughtering little black babies, I don't see any black faces there. I don't see this phony black guy there who wants social justice and reparations and all this. He called himself a Christian.
It sounded like he kind of contradicted himself. He said he didn't see black people there.
So I'm sick of them calling me a racist. I'm sick of it. So you know what I did yesterday? I played the R card on him.
Retard?
Yeah. Huh? I said, listen, hey, dude, you may be a Christian, but you're black. You ain't nothing but a racist. You throw that black stuff up in my face all the time, and I'm telling you, he was stammering and
if you're saying he's not Christian just because he's black, then it is the truth.
And it's a great division. You go to a black Christian and you ask them how they could vote for Barack Obama, the most pro-abortion president in the history of America, the guy who put the White House in rainbow colors when they legalized sodomite marriage.
Hey, the Bible has no issue with killing children. Let's put it. Let's get that out the way.
Because he's an idiot. Because he's one of them. The hell does that mean? I'm not one of you, but he is.
Huh, ridiculous.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Coach Dave wants to be a black
person.
or get in good with the black people.
It's some
I can't get it, but he can. God damn it. I'm fucking sick of it.
Come on, you work so hard. You're so close.
Wait. I want a video.
You're so. Oh, the other way. You gotta. I think I gotta do it again. There you go.
Why exactly are you trying to tear it?
You can do it. He'll get it.
You've been doing a lot of arm work at the gym, right?
This is fucked up.
This is.
Do it.
You know, this is a very
bring some scissors
city.
next
There's a lot
time.
of engineers in this city. You can get a lot of help.
That's a good talk.
You can't do it. You know, Amazon's down the street. They got a lot of engineers who could help you. I am putting this to buzz. Oh my god. Oh.
This is going viral.
He should have took it around the corner or something.
And Michelle, I'll admit, you are clever and witty, but you crossed the line. Not only did Sarah Sanders look beautiful, she was the epitome of class and elegance. She embodies everything the feminists claim to advocate for. She's a tough, accomplished, and intelligent woman, a true symbol of female empowerment. And Michelle, she has more wit and class in her pinky than you do in your entire body, so take notes. This dinner claims to be a celebration of top-notch journalists and the free and independent media. It wasn't. It was rude, vulgar, and disturbing.
It's their culture.
I missed what she was talking about. I'm going to have to go back and watch it again.
It's liberal. Free speech, though, is bad. If you say that men should be men and that if a woman wants to do that and have the man wear the pants, that's a good thing, oh, that's evil, or all sex is rape between a man and a woman. That's just a bunch of feminists that want all the women for themselves. And if lesbian feminists like women, that's their prerogative. I'm a libertarian. Just you're not going to control them all and put them in a harem for yourself. I know you want to get them when they're 5 years old in school and train them up to be, only like women, but I'm sorry, you're not going to get all of them. I mean, you just want to run pimp game. Pimp game, ladies. I understand. The feminists are government pimps, and they're pimping. They sit up there on TV and tell women how to run their lives, and some women step and fetch it. But so many women followed what the feminists said forever and were totally unhappy and unfulfilled.
Oh, it ended. Well, he does have other parts on his channel, or their channel. I don't know if it's a him or her, but they do have other parts on their channel. Yeah, I don't mind hearing other arguments or anything like that, as long as if you're presenting facts. Like, it's undeniable to say that the Nazis didn't have, or you can't argue with the fact that Nazis had the term socialist in their group. That's a fact. Now, were they actually a socialist regime? That is an argument that you can make. Just like with North Korea thing. Like I said, I know they have like democracy or democratic or republic in their actual party name. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they are. Just like with China, it's the People's Republic of China. It's not a republic. Or at least, maybe I have to look up what a republic is, because, well, yeah, I have to look up what a republic is again to get the actual definition. You know, I like to be extremely technical in this channel. But yeah, there are just certain facts that you just have to accept, regardless of how you feel about it. Like, for example, whenever I have a discussion about slavery or anything like that, a lot of times the argument that'll get presented is, oh, well, you know, the Democratic Party are the ones that founded the KKK and were fighting for slavery. That is true. That is something that you cannot deny. It is a straight up 100% fact. Now, you can look at the context around it, and I know some people will say, oh, but no Democrat moved over to the Republicans during the 70s. You're right, they didn't. They moved to their own separate party, and the Republicans kind of saw the void in the South and went after it. That was the Southern strategy. Now, it doesn't mean that people that were Republicans just instantly became racist. It just means that they found a base to exploit to try to get votes. That's what any political party would probably try to do. But yeah, that's it. If you're going to make an argument, present facts. Now, if there's context when it comes to certain things, you want to have argument for, like, if you want to have argument for the why, okay. But you can't necessarily argue with the what. The what is the fact. The fact is this happened. Now, we could talk about why this happened and the context around it. That's what we can have a discussion about. But when it comes to facts, it doesn't give a fuck about how you feel about it. That's just what it is. Some people like to deny facts. Like when I was talking about the video on social justice warriors, and I had a discussion with someone about trans women, and I said that trans women shouldn't compete in sports with other cis women because naturally you after having gone through puberty and things like that, your body is naturally going to be more developed as far as like bone density and bone structure than a woman. It's going to give you an advantage. Some people want to argue with that. Now, the person that I did have a discussion with, we did understand each other, and there was no like real serious shit. They're actually a really good fan, or not fan, I don't want to say fan, but they're a really good subscriber, and I do have a reaction that I'm going to be doing of yours very soon because you are coming up on my reaction list. So just know that. But yeah, the fact was though that, you know, bone density and bone structure is something that men and women have that are just flat out different. Bone density is something that not only are you like born with, but mainly when you hit puberty, that's when it really starts to kick up. Bone structure is just something that you're born with flat out. So there's nothing you can do about bone structure. And anybody that knows a lot about martial arts and stuff like that will tell you that bone structure and bone density make a huge difference, especially when it comes to like combat and athletics. It makes a gigantic difference. It's the reason why dudes can jump from the free throw line and do a between the legs dunk or a 360, and women can barely dunk. That's one of the main reasons behind it. It's not just muscle. It's one of the reasons why guys tend to hit harder, guys tend to run faster, guys tend to do things like that. Like, naturally, that is our thing. Now, I agree that anyone should have the freedom to do whatever the hell they want in their life. As long as if you're not stepping in front of someone else's freedoms or someone else's rights. Well, I had two different criterias. Like, as long as if you're not interfering with someone else's right to choose to do something or whatever, and as long as if what you want to do doesn't involve hurting or making someone else or stepping in front of their well-being. So if it's interfering with someone's well-being or if it's interfering with someone's right to choose, then I'm all for it. Whether that's for freedom of speech, whether that's for transsexuals, whether that's for anything in life. You should have the freedom to do whatever you want to do, period. Now, this is a discussion about free speech. This is what a lot of people don't seem to understand about free speech. Now, despite the fact that I said that I have things that I agree with and I have things that I disagree with, that doesn't mean that what my opinions about something are going to step in front of someone's rights to do it. But also, that also means that it does what I feel about it doesn't keep me from fucking feeling consequences from it either. Like, I've already told you guys my positions on abortion. Now, when it comes to politically, I support any politician that is in favor of abortions because it is a freedom to choose what you want to do with your body. Now, personally, I would not advocate for someone getting an abortion because, like I said, I feel like that is something that the man and the woman should have to discuss. And if I ever found myself in a position where I was with a girl, I would let her know ahead of time before she ever got pregnant or anything. Like, this is how I feel about abortion. We can move the relationship forward or back from there. It's just like religion. I have a position. I am not going to have my kids going to church when they're young, period. That is something that I will not, in the words of Jason Blaha, it's non-negotiable. I'm not going to have my kids getting, like, brainwashed into a goddamn religion. If they want to start exploring religion after they're older and they understand reason and things like that, then okay, fine. But I'm not going to have my kids 5, 10 years old going to church and getting preached to. Now, like I said, now my opinions about abortion, I understand that even though I have the freedom to say that, that means that the government isn't going to arrest me for my opinions. That doesn't mean that people have to just flat out like my opinions. I'm not expecting to get accepted into some type of abortion advocacy group with my opinions. That's not going to happen. Like, people think that, oh, I should be able to say whatever I want and you should accept it, or you should like. No, I don't have to accept it. I don't have to like it. I don't have to respect it. It's you have the freedom to say it, but that doesn't mean that I have to like it or I have to understand it or whatever. Like, as long as if I'm not stepping in your way of actually saying it, then you're free to do that. But you're also, what's the best way to put it? I used an example one time. Somebody said, I had a discussion with someone before that talked about people getting fired for calling people the wrong pronouns. That is something that is outside of freedom of speech. Even though I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's ever been a case of somebody getting fired for using the wrong pronoun once. Now, if you want to pull out an example of like the guy at the game store who called the trans woman sir, the thing, I'm not sure if he got fired or not, but the thing was, the dude said it like 10 times. He didn't just, it wasn't a one-off mistake. First of all, when the video started, the trans woman was already pissed off, so chances are it's already happened. And he kept on saying it during the video, so that, at that point, isn't just a mistake. So, just a one-off mistake. I don't think anybody's getting fired for it. But what I was going to say was, as far as the... Damn, I kind of forgot what I was about to talk about. It'll come to me in a second. But, yeah, as far as, like, saying it and then thinking you're gonna get fired. Getting fired has nothing to do with someone violating your freedom of speech. It's just that the company that you work for does not want to be associated with somebody with certain views, because certain views would be considered advertiser unfriendly. Think of YouTube. You are a personal YouTube channel. You have the freedom to say certain stuff. But when you get into a job, now all of a sudden you're working for an advertiser. You're representing more than just yourself, whether you want to or not. That's the reason why a lot of jobs will go and look at people's Facebooks and things like that. They want to know what you're saying and what you're presenting yourself as, because you represent the company. As long as you work there, you're representing that company. So if you say something that the company doesn't agree with, or not necessarily doesn't agree with, but something that can draw bad press or bad attention to the company, then they're going to let you go, because they don't want to be associated with someone that's going to hurt their bottom line. That's how companies work. If you are going to hurt my chances of making money, then I'm going to disassociate with you so I can make money again. So for all those people that are like, for example, with Alex Jones getting banned from Twitter and Facebook and this, that, and the other. And yes, I do know that there are people out there who say bad shit on the other end also, like people that are on the left that'll say bad shit about whether it's white people or whether it's conservatives or anything like that. Yes, I understand they're like that, and they should get banned too. But just because they should get banned doesn't mean that what Alex Jones does isn't bannable. Like, he's still doing stuff that violates the terms and conditions. It's just that they're doing it too. It's just they're not getting the attention. Now, if you want to... Now, a proper example of making a good argument, because a lot of people will go look at Alex Jones and go, oh, well, why did you ban him? Why did you do the real thing you should be doing is fighting to draw attention to the people that actually are violating the terms. Pull out the examples of people that are saying shit where they're threatening someone's life, or they're presenting some type of liable or anything like that. Like, go and pull out those examples. That's how you fight against it. Don't just say what about isms or whatever. Just yeah, you're right. Alex Jones did violate the terms and conditions and he should have got banned. But what about this? How do you feel about this? If they say, oh, well, they deserve to get banned too. Okay, well, now you got another person that supports you. I got another person that thinks this person should get banned. But if they say, oh, no, that's different, then now you put the ball into their court. Now you have to present your case. Why do you think that this is different than that? Like, that's how everything works. Just because one person does something, and let's say someone else does it, doesn't mean that the other person should be let off the hook because they're not getting attention. They should still be held responsible for their actions. It's just that these people should. I don't know why, but people seem to think that, oh, because they got away with it, we should get away with it. No, you're still held responsible for it. It's just that they should be held responsible too. So what you should do is try to draw attention to them and get them banned. But anyway, that's my opinion about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've done 3 videos that are almost 30 minutes. This is crazy. I've never done this before. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. I'm Devon DaVinci. You've just been a little bit more enlightened. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the deuces, and hopefully I'll see you on my next video. So, deuces.